Alright guys, welcome back. This is our round 3 feature match. We have Mr. Brady Hogue. On the left, he is playing Affinity, the robots, versus Hank Carver. On the right, he is playing Bant Eldrazi, I believe.
Bant Eldrazi, yep. I checked
Eldrazi
first.
We had both of these players on camera last week. Hank in round 4, he won, went 4-0 on the night. And we had Brady in the Death Shadow Mirror match.
Yeah.
Very grindy.
He was borrowing that deck. I know from talking to him over the weekend that Affinity is the deck that he has been working on for a couple of months now. Been playing it pretty heavily with some proxies. I guess tonight is the first night that he's got it put together.
Well, awesome for him. Congratulations.
So, yeah.
It's a really powerful deck. It's not a deck that we typically see here at F&M.
No, he might be the only, I guess, kind of reoccurring player who's going to be using this now, I guess.
Well, we've had other players build it and play it before. The issue is that if you bring Affinity to F&M every week, people are just going to pack their sideboards with Ancient Grudges and Shatterstorms and Stony Silences.
That's true.
So it doesn't tend to be a deck that people stick with for F&M purposes. But 3 cards, we've got Blinkmoth Nexus into Signal Pest and Mox Opal on turn 1.
Yep, can't quite use the Mox Opal yet, though.
Not quite.
It activates the Blinkmoth.
Hank says, well, okay, I've got a Noble Hierarch and I'm down to 19.
Yeah.
So we're seeing an acceleration all around.
Is that a Yavimaya Coast?
It is, because it's a tri-land for the Eldrazi deck. Because it taps for blue-green and colorless.
And colorless, yeah. I forget
It
about that.
It plays the green, the brushland, the green-white paintland
nice.
as well.
That's great for a budget. I remember when those lands were up around $10 a piece. That was before the shocks were a thing. And
they were pretty expensive when they were standard legal. After M15 they were reprinted.
Yeah, I mean, they're about the best dual land you get outside of shocks or the classic, just dual lands. I don't know what do people call those, like Bayou and
dual lands.
There's just dual lands.
Yeah, just dual lands. Okay, so catch us up. What have we missed here while we're conversating?
All right, I didn't see what Hank cast, but he's got a Scion out of it. So
that was Sky Spawner.
Oh, okay.
Brady cast a steel,
Galvanic Blast. Yeah, I can see it.
The Galvanic Blast to kill the Sky Spawner. But
there, we're caught up. We're good to go. What are you looking up?
I can't. I'm just spacing on the card that Steel Overseer.
Oh, Steel Overseer.
On Brady's turn 2, he casts Steel Overseer, and then Hank casts Sky Spawner, and they kill each other's creatures. So that's where we are.
Yeah, you cannot let those Steel Overseers live long enough to start putting counters on things.
I'm not sure.
Real rough.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Affinity lose a game where they got to activate a Steel Overseer.
Yeah.
And maybe I have, but it's been like one game.
They can still lose like a Wrath effect or something, but yeah, it's pretty tough at that point.
Yeah, so. And also like I used to be famous. Well, not really, but I used
to be famous.
I used to say quite often that I've never actually seen a Steel Overseer activated because it's so famously killed as soon as it's played. All right, so here's Blinkmoth. And Inquisition out of the main deck. That's an interesting choice. So Reality Smasher in 3 lands. That's unfortunate.
And I remember talking with Brady on Saturday about why he runs Inquisition, why he decided to run it.
Why is that?
I don't quite remember, to be honest. But
that was helpful.
He has a good reason for it. I can assure you that it made sense when he was talking about it. I just can't quite remember. I mean, I'm sure it's to try to dodge things like Stony Silences before they come out,
Right.
But
still, they're in the main deck, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have uses beyond just grabbing those.
Right.
So.
Okay, so here is a swing 4-2, for 1, taking Inking Hank down to 18.
There's a Cavern, probably on Eldrazi. I imagine.
I would
there's
imagine.
A Reality Smasher.
Yeah. Good old Reality Smasher in for 5. Taking Brady down to 15.
Yep.
So this is a bit of a slow start from the Affinity deck. Actually, from both decks, both of these colorless decks are known for being rather explosive out the gates.
Yeah, because Magic loves giving people access to multiple colorless mana for no good reason. That's
You're right. Here's Glentless Crane. Do you know the text on that card?
Yeah, look at the top 3 or 4.
I wanted to say it was 5.
I think it's only 4.
Keep going.
I think it's 4.
I'll find out.
You get to reveal an artifact from among them and put them in your hand, and the rest go in a graveyard.
They go on the bottom.
The bottom. Okay.
In any order, and is the top 4 cards.
All right.
It's played in new versions of Valuran in Legacy.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Here's another single pass.
It saw a little bit of experimentation in Standard prior to the release of Aether Revolts and
Felidar Guardian. Oh, are you telling me that Glentless Crane isn't on the same power level as Saheeli Felidar Guardian combo?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's not.
Here's the second Signal Pest and a Vault Scourge.
Yep.
So Brady's got a little bit more of a board going.
A little bit.
Still.
Got some blockers, I guess.
Yeah, Reality Smasher does have trample.
Yeah.
Now, Brady is at 15, correct?
He should be. He didn't block the Reality Smasher, so I think he probably just forgot about his life dice. We'll see if they catch that.
Yep.
He did remember to put his lands in the back, which if you watch this later, Brady, good job, buddy.
Good job. We get our match timer back up on the screen for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you are in the area tomorrow, don't forget we have a Modern GPT at 5. Here's a Reality Smasher.
And free comic book day tomorrow, too.
Yes, free comic book
day. There we go. And now he's remembering the life. 14, maybe he didn't get hit with Reality Smasher.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be this is before blocks. He's thinking about blocks.
Oh, okay. So he has himself at 14. Oh, yeah, because
he's activated one of the spires.
The spires, yeah. All right,
so
and he's going to 8.
Boom.
There we go.
And that Reality Smasher is a 6/6 thanks to the Exalted off of Brogel.
Yep.
Because Noble is a bro.
That's another card that could see a few more reprintings so that the price can come down.
You right. And here is one of the cards I really did not like to play against when I was playing a lot of this format. So, just how big is that Vault Scourge, Kurt?
Oh, God, I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 7-1.
With lifelink and flying.
And it'll get another +2/+0
from the battle cry from the Signal Pest, yeah. Oh.
So that's 9.
Oh my.
That's a lot.
But here's a Path to Exile.
Alright. So now it's, what, 1... Signal Pest is a 0-1 on its own?
It's a 0-1, but it gets battle...
So
they give each other battle cry.
Battle cry's a Crane's goes up to 3, right? It's a 1/3?
It's a 1/3, yes.
So it's a 3/3, so 1, 2...
It's a 2/3 with the battle cry, though. Or no, it's a 3/3 with the battle cry, yeah.
So that's 5...
Still a lot of damage.
Still 8 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of this has evasion, too.
Mm-hmm. Wow, yeah, Hank would have dropped to 1 from that if he had no blocks.
It was a pretty scary attack after a relatively slow start from robots.
And that's the thing with Affinity and Cranial Plating. It's like, oh, I spend 3 mana, and all of a sudden one of my creatures is just unreasonably large.
Yeah, and all Hank did there was answer the one creature. Brady still gets to re-equip this Cranial Plating on his turn.
Yeah.
All right, so...
But he should have taken 8.
Right, so
he should be
10.
down to 10. Yep, okay. Oh, 7? Okay,
he's
so
fetching. Yeah.
Well, no, that should only put him to 9. Did we miss damage somewhere?
Quite possibly. There was a lot of power on the table.
Yeah. Alright, we'll trust the players.
As you do when you be judge.
Yeah.
Alright, down to 6.
So... I'd probably just put it on the crane.
I think putting it on the crane is probably a good choice.
Yeah. It's got the fattest booty.
But that attack there,
yeah,
with the Gavany Township is enough, and Hank does take this game 1.
Super swingy, but I suppose that's to be expected from this kind of matchup.
Swingy indeed. I'd say like much like our Infect versus Elves match in round number 1.
Yeah,
we have a little bit of a race.
Blisteringly fast, where I think all
It could
all
be, though.
3 of the games in that matchup in round 1 were decided by turn 3? Turn 4?
It could be pretty fast, because, I mean, you have, like, from... I've been killed by Affinity on turn 3 before.
Well, if they go Memnite...
I got killed on turn 3 once by a creature that was double equipped with 2 cranial platings.
Yep, that'll do it.
And then I believe Eldrazi could kill Il on turn 4 without too much difficulty.
Yeah, with a couple of
old Reality Smasher.
Mm-hmm. What a great name for a card. I like the Eldrazi thematically, but man, I don't know what Wizards was thinking with the new versions of Eldrazi. They were like, we're gonna get away from just big, huge, colorless Eldrazi that costs 10 mana, and we're gonna give you big, huge, colorless Eldrazi for 4 and 5 mana, because that makes sense. At the low cost that you just have to have colorless mana in them, which is not...
low cost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wizards is silly sometimes.
I just wish they wouldn't have... I thought Eldritch Moon was not great. I really like the gothic horror theme that Innistrad has, and
yeah,
I wasn't digging the Lovecraftian.
Well, so I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole Lovecraftian horror, it was very much like Bloodborne for PS4. If you've played that game,
I've wanted to, but I haven't gotten a chance to.
So it's almost like the exact sort of thing. When Eldritch Moon came out, and I realized that that's what they were doing with Innistrad, I was like, okay, so this is Bloodborne. They've literally just like taken the story of Bloodborne, put a Magic the Gathering lore mask on it.
Oh my!
And said, "Here you go."
Yeah, I'm sure
R&D. Here you go, guys.
I'm sure R&D was just sitting there playing Bloodborne, and they're like, you know what? We should make a set out of this.
Yeah. They were like, we already have a Gothic horror set. We already have an Eldritch horror set, and this game has done both of those, and it's sweet. So we can do both of those. And
why not?
Although I was not that disappointed because of that, because I really like Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I think the story and the horror elements and the fusion of kind of Gothic and Eldritch horror are pretty sweet.
I've been wanting to play it. I just don't get a lot of time to play video games per se. When I have time, I've been trying to make it through Breath of the Wild, but the game is really long and really expansive, and I play for maybe like an hour or two a week, so it's difficult.
Was that you streaming Uncharted earlier?
I did have.
I got the notification for that.
I had a free hour this morning, so I popped in some Uncharted, and I decided to try some melee only action.
How was that?
Did not work out well. All right, so Brady's on the play. Signal Pest and Memnite.
Yep.
Hank's gonna.
That's a pretty dank Memnite too. I like that. Memnite
yeah, that's the Scars of Meriden Game Day participation promo. Yep. Harsh Mentor.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Brady's gonna drop to 19 for that, right?
Yeah, he will because of the
Spire.
Spire. Yep. And here's attack for 2, taking Hank down to 17.
Yep.
No blocks.
Man, Harsh. Well, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, let's see what happens.
I mean, as far as a sideboard card goes, who says if you can cast it, why not?
Who says it's a sideboard card?
I'm pretty sure it's a sideboard card.
I mean, I would have thought the Inquisition was a sideboard card.
I know Brady's Affinity list is a bit spicy, but I'm pretty sure the Harsh Mentor is probably a sideboard card.
All right, probably.
I mean, it hits him for Township.
Yeah.
It hits him for
lots of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else. It doesn't hit on mana abilities, so...
Alright, so here's the Sky Spawner. Yep. Bringing in the old Eldrazi.
What does the Sky Spawner do when it comes in? Does it just make a Scion? And then it's a 2/1 flyer?
I don't know. Let me try and get this puppy up.
There's a basic swap for Brady.
La, la, la. Why don't you tell the people what's going on while I try and bring this puppy
well,
up?
Brady is just casting another Signal Pest, a Springleaf Drum, and Cranial Plating. Okay. Yeah, just a casual turn 3 Cranial Plating.
So Eldrazi Sky Spawner, devoid flying, 2 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token into play.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's a 2/1?
It is a 2/1.
Yeah. Alright. I'm going to do some Ancient Stirrings. Is that the one?
Yes, that is Ancient Stirrings, yes. Stir the pot.
I get the art of that mixed up with Grapple with the Past, but I know that nobody plays
Yeah, I was going to say, that's fine. So if you're thinking to yourself, is this Ancient Stirrings or Grapple with the Past? And it's on camera at Modern FNM.
I lean towards Ancient Stirrings, but, sometimes you get those Freudian slips. Was that a...
Natural State.
Natural State. Ah, okay, yep. Well, it's good for destroying cranial platings.
It is good for that indeed.
Alright, gonna sack the Scion.
Yep.
Which does not trigger Harsh Mentor because it is a mana ability.
It is indeed.
It gets a Displacer. Well, Harsh Mentor will hit the Displacer triggers.
Yep. I think it's probably just going to be a 3/3 here.
Yeah. Maybe that's, maybe Brady was expecting that because he knows it's Bant Eldrazi.
Normally you want to use the Displacer to blink the Sky Spawner to make a whole bunch of tokens, but not with a Harsh Mentor.
Yeah, not with the Harsh Mentor, no.
Alright, so...
There is a Bomat Courier? Wow, okay, alright.
And you're trying to say that Brady doesn't play as spicy.
I thought I just said it was spicy. I didn't think it was that spicy, though. That's pretty
spicy. We have a lot of...
So Bomat Courier is 1/1 with haste. I know exactly what this does. You don't gotta look this up.
Go ahead.
When he attacks, you... exile the top card of your library face down underneath the Bomat Courier. You can't look at it, so you don't know what it is. You can pay a red and sacrifice the Bomat Courier to discard your hand. Okay. Well, discarding your hand is part of the cost, I believe. And then you get to take all the cards that have been exiled under Bomat Courier and put them into your hand. So if you are a deck that tends to play out your whole hand by turn 3 or 4, like Affinity, and Bomat Courier is an artifact, and it can attack the turn it comes into play, why not?
Why not indeed? Alright, I'm going to step downstairs and adjust those dice really quick for our players so we can update the life totals.
Okay. And looks like Hank is going to block a Signal Pest with the Eldrazi Sky Spawner. So he'll take 4 unless he blocks something else. And I'd probably block the Bomat Courier. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, you don't want to let the Bomat Courier get too many attacks in because, after a couple of turns, Brady can basically pay a red mana and say, okay, Ancestral Recall.
Yeah, except for red, not for a lame color like blue.
Yeah. I
don't like red either.
I'm a blue player at heart. I've been in denial about it for a long time, but I don't think I'm not gonna run away from it anymore.
You gotta accept it. Gotta be true to yourself. Like Mulan says, you gotta be true to your heart.
Yeah.
Alright, so
he's going to just sack the Bomat Courier to draw whatever that card is. I didn't quite catch it. He's going to take 2 from the Mem Knights. So he should be a 10.
Yeah. Okay. So Hank's at 10, and we can keep on top of this life total.
Yeah, we think. Did he attack with 2 signal pests? Maybe he's not at 10.
Oh my! No, he's just.
What was he at when he went down?
He was
there?
at 10, or he was at 12 when I went down.
Okay. So he should be at 10.
I think we good.
We'll find out. I'm sure.
All right, here's Thought-Knot's here.
Well, there's no cards in hand.
Hey, still 4/4.
Yeah, I mean he's a big body on the ground, but he's got a. He
attacks for 5 with that Exalted.
He doesn't have anything in the air though.
Right.
And that's where Affinity gets you, man.
Well, as of right now, Brady just has the 2 creatures with evasion.
Yeah.
And no cranial plating, so. I kind of like attacking with the Displacer there because it gets him for 4.
Does the single pest give itself +1/+0 battle cry too?
No, it's all other creatures.
Just all other creatures? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to get in for 2.
Yep, and then Brady will go up to 20.
Yeah.
And Hank will go down to 8.
Hank will go down to... I think he put it on 6.
We might have missed that.
I think I saw him put it on 6.
So
if he attacked with 2 signal pests, that makes sense. And
yep.
I didn't notice that there were 2 of them there.
So he is on 6.
Yeah. That is a... Can't see it. But it gives him 2 scions. Probably a Drowner of Hope, isn't it?
I believe that is.
Yeah.
That is Drowner of Hope.
Because he has the Drowner Hopes with the promo art. Yeah.
So Drowner of Hope is 5 and a blue for a devoid 5/5. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 of those things, and then you get to sack an Eldrazi and tap a creature.
Not bad.
I like it, especially if you get to ramp it out with temples and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, here's an attack for 5.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Brady's gonna drop 2/15.
Yeah, which I think he's
I
pretty comfortable.
imagine he. Well, oh man, that's rough because he can't sack the Scions to tap down a creature without taking 2 damage from Harsh Mentor each time.
So he's not going to do it until it's lethal, probably.
He's gonna do it now. He's gonna. Yep.
So he's gonna take
4
down to 2.
Down to 2. That puts him dead to a Galvanic Blast. That's risky. I think if Brady just swings with everything, I think he's got lethal because Hank's only got 2 blockers.
He's got 2 blockers, but the single pest won't have any
signal
power.
pest won't have any power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's looking good for Brady. I'll give
I mean,
you that.
Hank literally can't use a non-mana ability without dying.
So stir the pot. I saw Thought-Knot Seer.
He needs a removal spell for the Harsh Mentor.
He did find a path to exile off that Ancient Stirrings, unfortunately.
But
you
I
can't
think
get
it's
it.
too little too late.
Well, you can't grab a path off of Ancient Stirrings.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
colorless.
you can't. I think you scoop it up and go to game 3 here.
So here's Thought-Knot Seer. Old TKS.
Yeah.
Hank's just he's gonna make sure that he wants to make sure he's dead. They still have 26 minutes on the clock. There's no reason to rush it.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for game 3.
Yep. There you go.
All right, so Brady ties it up, and we're going to game number 3.
Mentor getting it done in Modern again in an Affinity deck of all things.
Yeah, I think Brady's a little hard on Hank there, or maybe you might even say he's a tad harsh.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I like you more than Brain. Brain just yelled at me.
Does he?
Yep.
Brain's,
as he does.
Brain's a little harsh.
He's a bit harsh on me.
Brain down there playing D&D tonight.
Almost directly below us.
Yeah.
With Mr. Mills, Mr. Carroll, Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah, I hope they're having a good time down there.
I'm sure they are.
I've never gotten the chance to play Dungeons & Dragons. I've always wanted to.
It's a lot of fun.
I've heard. It has always been the case that I've just never been able to sit down and do it.
The issue with the game is commitment. You have to commit not only a lot of time for a session, but for regular sessions.
Yeah.
We've had some... Ron and I have talked a little bit about doing a staff campaign and streaming it.
That would be hilarious, and I would 150% be on board with that.
Oh, yeah. Well, stay posted, viewers. Might be coming to a Twitch channel near you. Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming staff Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
That would just...
And I promise you,
degenerate.
It will not be safe for work.
Yeah, we definitely have to put the NSFW on that one.
Yeah, like, watch a bunch of privileged people.
Alright, looks like Brady mulligan down to 6.
Can
yes. I count? Yes,
with 2 Springleaf Drums, a Swamp, a Galvanic Blast. No, 3 Springleaf Drums. I don't think you keep the 3 Springleaf Drum hands.
No, not if you can't cast any creatures either.
So, unfortunately, he's down to 5. It looks like Hank kept on 7.
Yep.
It's a tight spot.
I hate having a mulligan to 5. I hate having a mulligan to 6 even, but I'll do it. I'll mulligan to 5 too, but...
I mean, yeah, like, the hand is bad, don't keep it. So, Mimnite... I about said Mimnarch. Looks like he's keeping, scrying on the top. Bomat Courier, Springleaf Drum. It's hard to say. He likes to move his heart.
Yeah.
All right, so
there's an Engineered Explosives on 0.
Or is it on 1? It is on 1.
It is on 1.
Yes. Which does kill an awful lot of things.
For some reason, okay, yeah, I was getting that mixed up with Chalice of the Void. We have to pay 2x.
Yep, no worries.
Yep.
All right, here's Inkmoth.
Yep.
Into Signal Pest and...
Okay, well, if you're going to keep a hand on 5, I guess.
Midnight, what is it? What's the card in the middle?
That is an Ornithopter.
Oh, okay.
That is the Aether Revolt's Ornithopter.
Would you believe me if I told you I've never seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have seen that from a recent Loading Ready Run podcast.
Yeah. I think it's sweet. I like the art.
Yeah, it is nice. It's the a kite from like an Indian festival.
Mm.
That's the inspiration for it.
Is
it's very yeah. All right, so here's the second land for Hank. So he can blow this to kill the Signal Pest if he would like. I imagine he's going to... you can't let it go for too long because this is...
no, that's...
I mean, I guess this is only 3
coming in.
Yeah, it's only 3, so it's not a super fast clock.
Yeah, see, almost like an Engineered Explosives on 0, a little more.
It's hard to say because there's a lot of 0 mana permanents and a lot of 1 mana permanents.
Yeah. I guess Cranial Plating is a 1 mana permanent too, right?
2.
Oh, it's 2?
It is 2.
Oh, okay.
Here, speaking of 2 mana permanents to win the game.
Overseer, yeah.
Yeah. So I think... Alright, so he's going to go ahead and blow it at the end of turn.
He has a path.
Yeah, so this way he has all of his mana.
But he doesn't have mana to pay it.
Oh, here's Stony Silence. So
what is that?
Activated abilities...
How did he get white mana? What is that land that
Brushland.
he's got? Oh, is that Brushland?
Yeah, that's the green-white.
Oh, okay. So he's going to go to 13 for both of those?
Well, I mean, Stony Silence is pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't stop the Steel Overseer from beating down, but...
Yeah, it doesn't stop it from getting in there. Get in there, Steel Overseer.
But it definitely stops.
Oversee Hank's death.
I mean, if they Stony Silence your Overseer, you might as well attack with it.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I'm just... Get in there, bear. Bear of no color.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's Blink Moth, and here's an attack for 4.
Back when I played casually, and I didn't know that Hate Bears was a thing, I made an actual Grizzly Bear deck. It was green and red, and it was every bear that you could pack into a deck, and then a couple of worms on the top end.
So
some big things.
I'm going to wait till this game is over, and then we're going to talk about the bear deck.
Okay.
Alright, so here's Eldrazi Displacer.
Yep. No Harsh Mentor to shut that down, but he did just draw a Galvanic Blast.
Well, Brady has no colorless mana currently. Or colored mana, excuse me. He doesn't have a Springleaf Drum or a Mox Opal.
Yeah, so...
He's in the tank. The going sideways against the Eldrazi deck is hard.
Yeah.
When you don't have some sort of payoff card. Because all of the creatures are so big.
So he's going to activate the Blink Moth.
And just attack with that.
Get in for some infect,
There's
but
a
it's going
path.
to get path.
No, that's... Blink Moth does not have infect. Ink Moth has.
Oh, Ink Moth has infect.
Yeah, the
Man,
purple
I hate
one
that
is...
they did that.
it's a little confusing. It's very flavorful, though.
Yeah. So Hank drops to 9 to cast that.
Yep. You can hear people downstairs enjoying our dice game.
The dice game. That game is super fun. I played a lot of that on Saturday after the team.
Yes, man. I'm going to tell him about the GP Bear guy. That is in Ice Age Mountain.
Oh, a GP Bear guy?
I will.
Can't wait to hear about this.
The story would interrupt the game.
Oh, jeez.
So
all right.
So I will hold on. All right. So
all right. Going to cast Reality Smash.
Oh my! Here we go.
Yep. It does not look that good for Brady here.
It doesn't. And for 6, Brady's down to 14. Granted, that's the first damage he's taken, so
yeah.
That's
and
something.
he does have red for this Galvanic Blast now, so he can kill the Displacer.
Yeah, that's 4 damage with Metalcraft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metalcraft. I can't believe they were like, we can't do Affinity, it's too strong. Then they looked at Metalcraft and they're like, yeah, this is okay.
Let's just make a Mox that taps for all 5 colors.
We'll make, like, better than Lightning Bolt for Metalcraft.
Better than Swords to Plowshares for Metalcraft. Dispatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take all the best cards, the Moxes, Lightning Bolts, Swords to Plowshares, and let's just make them better.
Yeah.
If you have Metalcraft.
We'll gate them with this limiting ability that is actually not a limiting ability.
Not particularly.
And then we'll give you 0 mana costing artifacts in the same set.
Displacer has been blasted, in for 3. Hank's down to 6. There's... I don't like Brady's spot either, but there's a world where he can definitely turn this around. Like, running Galvanic Blast would be real good.
Yeah. Yeah, Galvanic Blast and a Galvanic Blast. And I'm tempted to say that Hank's not at 6 life just because I can see the 6 on the side of the die that is showing.
Well, Brady is definitely down to 8 after that attack.
Yep. And it looks like he's got...
Blessed Alliance?
Is that a Blessed Alliance? Yeah.
I think it is a Blessed
Alliance.
Yeah.
It's a little overkill right now.
We'll see. We'll see.
He is at a low life total, though, so I suppose not.
Alright, so
there's another...
Steel Overseer.
Super sweet Steel Overseer there. Well, he can group up on the...
So, Steel Overseer is a 1/1, not a 2/2.
Oh, jeez.
So there's where we were goofing up on the life totals.
So, there is... He's going to pay all the modes, I guess.
So...
Untap.
Yep. Sacrifice an attacking creature. And Brady says, nope. And Hank Carver takes this match 2-1.
All right.
Bant Eldrazi over the robots. I don't think our camera up here is set up. Boom. No, it is not. That is a black screen.
Yep.
So we're gonna let you guys look at why not, but I'm gonna tell this story.
All right, tell me about this bear story.
So 2014, everybody down here is gearing up to go to Grand Prix, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's a Legacy Grand Prix. It's going to be one of the largest Grand Prix of all time. It's one where Star City Games is running it, and they're giving out a Brainstorm, a Mercurium S Brainstorm playmat.
Did they have... I remember reading about that because I was doing some research for a school project, and did they have, like, over 7,000 people attend that event?
No, it was like
4,000? Okay.
But which was huge.
Yeah, that's big.
At the time, I think it was the 3rd largest Grand Prix of all time, after Richmond and Vegas. But anyways... so the week before that was a Star City Legacy Open, and a guy showed up there in a bear suit playing tribal bears. And so that happened.
Good.
We know this because they talked about him on the coverage, and then he shows up again at Grand Prix New Jersey the next weekend.
Same thing.
Yeah. Playing tribal bears in Legacy, wearing a bear suit with like actual like claws that wrapped over top of his fingers.
That is amazing.
And then so I played in that event. I did not do particularly well.
No.
So but it's actually kind of interesting. So